Here we go.
You are looking live. Mic check. We on?
Mic check. Yo, 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 yo. Okay. Live back. Critical Thoughts, episode 6.
We're here.
With my boy Adam.
What's up, y'all?
Yes, sir.
Friday night. We out here just chilling. It's in terms of sports, it's kind of a light night.
Yeah. My boy said let's go watch some hockey.
Yeah, we're switching it up. We're watching a little Islanders Rangers from the Garden. And when we turned the game on, it said Method Man's in attendance. They showed Method Man.
Yeah.
Method Man's he's at the Ranger Islander game tonight, chilling. It's a good game. Islanders up 3-0. Islanders have had success the last 2 years. They've been in like the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right.
They lost to Tampa both times, but
that's tight.
But they're But this year I don't know if they're doing as well. Dude, like I was saying before, I used to know a lot of hockey.
Yeah.
Like the players and
like
stuff.
Like college and all that?
No. College, baseball and hockey is no real college.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. Now I don't know. Maybe I don't think I know 10 guys in the NHL. That's weird. I mean, I don't know any of these guys at all. I know like Crosby and Malkin still on Pittsburgh. I know Ovechkin's on Washington.
Right.
I know about that kid McDavid on Edmonton. I have no idea after that. If you name some guys, I might know them, like the Islanders or some other random team. But I don't know if Jonathan Toews from Blackhawks is still playing. I have no idea.
Right.
Those guys. Tampa Bay, I should know a couple of guys though. And the Lightning, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. That's how weird, crazy it is in hockey. But I'm gonna start watching a little more hockey. Playoff hockey. I tend to watch playoff hockey.
But like you are a person that watches all sports and you really watch it and you know your shit. But why do you think? Is it a personal thing that you kind of like stop watching hockey, or you think the sport itself has kind of died down a little bit? Like,
it's not. You know what? My dad passing away. I used to watch hockey with him, follow with him more. So
rest in peace, OG Neil.
Yeah, once he passed, he used to watch the Devils all the time. So I used to follow. Okay. But then I think it's just also
New Jersey Devils, right?
Yeah, I think it's just also like the sport is dope. I just don't have enough time to follow it. And when I was a kid and whatever, I don't know. I watch basketball instead.
Right.
But because basketball and hockey are the same season.
But you watch a lot of football too.
Yeah. So I really know, but I do watch NHL in the playoffs. I do follow the playoffs. So I do follow the playoffs. I do, when I watch games in the playoffs. I just don't watch regular season. I also don't watch much regular season baseball as I used to. I used to watch a good amount of regular season baseball 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Now, regular season baseball, don't watch much of it. I follow the box scores, but as far as watching regular season baseball, not much. Playoffs, though, definitely. I'm in.
I've never really watched baseball.
I used to watch a ton of baseball as a kid. Regular season, follow the Yankees, all the other games I'd watch. But now, regular season, I'll watch what I watch sometimes is MLB Tonight. MLB Network. And they'll go from game to game, whatever game is popping at the moment. They'll just go from game to game and then have guys talking in the studio. I'll watch that. But yeah. It's kind of like the red zone of baseball.
Who's that guy in baseball? Derek Jeter, right?
Yeah.
Go.
Derek Jeter?
Yeah, he from New York. Yankee. That guy. Yo, do you place bets?
Yeah.
Like on sports?
Yeah. The channel actually, before you were on, and that was the point of one of the main bases of the channel. I was giving picks. I was giving out picks.
Okay,
if you watch the other videos.
Yeah, we should bring that back.
We are gonna, we're gonna bring that back. I'm gonna do picks on the boxing coming up the next few weeks, but I'm gonna make
episodes. We gotta bring my man Ant back.
Yeah. Oh, Ant's gonna
triple threat episode of the original Critical Thoughts with the new Critical Thought.
Now I'm saying, with you in here special. Now. It's the New World Order.
Yeah, exactly.
With me and Rilla now is with the New World Order.
Straight Putin style, baby.
With the New World Order. It's big shout out to those of you who still think that the New World Order is a conspiracy theory. You're a real bozo. Wake up. Time
You're
to wake
Jeff
up.
Bozo. You're Jeff Bezos. You're one of those.
You're I guess even in the headlines on in newspapers and whatever, you'll see so and so says New World Order. I've been seeing it like 6 times since the beginning of 2022. And this woman was talking about the digital currency yesterday. This world
like the crypto.
Yeah, she's like a World Bank type of World Economic Forum type of lady.
Yeah,
and she was talking about, and she's called it the what'd she call it? The something world order. She said the finance world order or some shit like that. Okay. Yeah. And she's one of those New World Order people. And she said the finance world order. Yeah. The new financial world order. I was like, yo, they are not shy about it.
That's basically what it is. And that's
anyway,
bring it in through crypto.
Yeah, it is based on the finance.
That whole metaverse shit that they trying to do now, like.
Yeah, how did Facebook become metaverse? Out of just like boom, it's metaverse. The fuck is that? Metaverse is totally different things.
Slowly.
They are, right? Yeah, slowly.
Right.
With the genetic editing, mRNA vaccines.
Right.
With the AI robots that replace people. Now this metaverse. Then we're gonna have like this transhumanism.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing, eliminating humans.
Yeah. It's part of the plan. The cyborg era.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. The cyborg era. Oh my God.
The cyborg era is a real thing. Give me 1 minute.
The cyborg era.
Blow my nose. Cyborg era is a real thing.
So I am gonna make predictions on this video, Rilla, about the Final Four tomorrow. I'm going to give you my 2 winning teams for the Final Four tomorrow. How I'm betting. I tell you what, I haven't touched over-unders in this NCAA tournament, but I like the over-unders in these 2 games. I like the over in the Duke-North Carolina game and the under in the Kansas-Villanova game. That's what I like. I'll tell you that right now. I also like Kansas to win. I don't know if they're going to cover against Villanova. I really don't. I had to do a little more look into that game a little bit. And then Carolina-Duke. I like Carolina in the points. I think Carolina has a chance to win. So I just hooked you up. I had to hook you up though.
Yeah, you hooked it up, man. You got it back in the wrong spot. That's why I fuck with my boy.
Yeah, people got to be comfortable when they come over here.
Yeah, man. Some people is allergic to pets. I'm
allergic to them, to my pets also. So I understand.
They come too close, I start sneezing crazy. My nose gets stuck.
You're not used to it. Yeah, that's why I had to do that real quick.
Right.
So I'm going to make my Final Four prediction. I'm also going to do some betting with the Final Four in this episode. What else?
Hold on, so let's get into it.
We'll get into it right now.
Final Four.
Tomorrow.
How are we looking?
Okay, so we got a nice mix of teams. Some basically blue bloods. Kansas, North Carolina, Duke.
Yeah.
Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, and Villanova, who's almost a blue blood now. Like they're a high, it's Villanova, Jay Wright, national championships. They're not really a blue blood, but they're like a Catholic, like a Big East version. Like they're very well thought of. They can beat any of those teams. They do have an injury that they had in the last game. That's why I like Kansas tomorrow. But I don't know if they'll cover. And I still would not be shocked if Villanova pulled it off. They're that type of team. Like, you can never count Villanova out of any game. That's how ill Villanova is. Like,
honestly,
it's hard for me to bet against Villanova.
Like, I am rooting for Duke, don't get me wrong, but I really want Villanova to pull this through.
I would like Villanova to pull it through also.
It would be special.
I like them. I'm a Villanova fan. I also kind of like Kansas over the years a little bit.
Shout out to Villanova.
So it's a good matchup for me. Carolina and Duke are two teams I don't I don't like either one of them. Never been a fan, but I followed the rivalry. They're playing for the third time this year, conference rivals. Duke Carolina, the biggest rivalry in college basketball in the other game. I like Carolina in that game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, neither team is deep. North Carolina is really not deep, but I like their starting five. They're not as talented as Duke's starting five. Yeah. They're talented, but they have like a nice fit.
Right.
Duke's got a bunch of guys that are kind of like good, NBA type guys, but it doesn't necessarily fit.
They don't really got that grit that like Villanova has, you think?
Well, they haven't been able to have that recently because Duke's been getting a lot of one and dones. Okay. So they get guys for 1 year who leave. Well, it's 2 years the most, but they get a lot of these one and done guys recently.
They get a lot of guys that's just trying to go straight to the league.
Yeah, they get a lot of guys in one and done. Zion Williamson, Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram.
Was it Barrett like that too?
R.J. Barrett. Yeah. These guys they got now. Cam Reddish. These guys they got now. Banchero and Ingram and these guys they're going to leave. They do have a junior and a sophomore, though, on their team that are pretty good. So Duke is scrappy. Coach K's a good coach, but I just like this Carolina team.
Shout out to Coach Kizzy.
I like the two big guys on North Carolina. I like how they complement each other. Manic and Beko.
Yeah.
On North Carolina, they're two big guys. They really balance each other and complement each other. Manic's been shooting the shit out of the ball. He better be in the top 25, 30 of NBA prospects next year. I know he's a fifth-year senior, transfer from Oklahoma, but Brady Manic been nice, and he is balling right now. He's been balling since the beginning of March for North Carolina. He's been just lighting it up. Brady Manic. Cole's playing well, another transfer. Caleb Love. And North Carolina's players are playing well. It's going to be a good game. I know most people expect Duke to win. I think Carolina could pull that game out tomorrow. I would not be surprised. To me, they beat UCLA, Baylor, and they beat Duke at the end of the regular season. In Duke.
So again, for folks watching, that's Duke going against
North Carolina. I got the heels.
Which is already...
I got the heels and the points, and I'm taking the over. In the Kansas-Villanova game, I like the under. Kansas is a 4.5 point favorite. I like Kansas to win. I don't know if they're going to cover.
Right.
I don't even think Villanova's a bad money line bet either.
Right.
I don't like the injury to the guy from last week. He's a key component on their team, the guard, who's going to be out. I don't love that, but it's still Villanova.
For the folks out there, my man Adam is talking the bets, parlays, all that.
Yeah, I do college football. I've been on
bookie.
Yeah, college football, NFL, NBA. We've been doing a little bit.
Yeah.
But this NCAA tournament, I've been going in.
So my man said he has the over on North Carolina
and Duke. I like the over.
There's the over.
I like the under in the Kansas game. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. The Kansas-Villanova game. Those teams have been playing really good defense. I can see it's gonna be another defensive grinder. Villanova and Kansas and North Carolina and Duke, I think they'll get up and down a little bit of their score. So I like the over in that game. North Carolina's been putting up points in their games.
Quick question for that Kansas game. What do you think that Villanova has to deal with as far as going against a team like Kansas?
Well, from what I see in Kansas, they have a guy, Agbaji or whatever his name is. He's kind of a star. They have a balanced team. Like, they have a nice point guard. He's actually like a shooting guard, point guard. He could score. Remy Martin. Then they got Braun, who's like an overall, all-around player, athletic, sneaky athletic, good. Then they got that wing guy, Ajba. He's athletic, he can shoot a little bit. Wilson's like that. Then they got some big guys that can score.
Yeah.
Kansas, and they play really good defense. So what Villanova has to do tomorrow is, for me, I think they're gonna have to get the ball there to the two forwards, Samuels and the other forward, and they're gonna have to get buckets on the inside. Villanova's gonna have to play inside out. I see those two Samuels and the big guy 43. They're gonna have to get some buckets. They're gonna have to do get them some buckets in the paint tomorrow.
It's gonna be interesting
against McCormick and Lightfoot, because Villanova is missing a guard. They still have Gillespie out there, so he's they have their top 2 players, Villanova, for sure. Maybe their top 3. I mean, the guy might be their 4th best player.
So you thinking it's gonna be?
I just think Kansas is deep and good.
So you thinking when
Kansas
all said
like
and done is gonna be Villanova versus North Carolina?
No, it's gonna be Kansas versus North Carolina.
Yeah, Kansas versus North Carolina.
That's what I think. But I mean, Villanova could win. It's Villanova.
True.
It's Villanova. They've won 2 national championships in the last 6 years. They're tough, Villanova.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They are. They're legit. What was I gonna say? They could win that game against Kansas. That's a really good matchup. This is a great Final Four. What I was gonna say is these matchups: Kansas versus Villanova, Duke, Carolina. This is a good Final Four. There's big dog teams out in there. Yeah. All big dogs. You know?
This ain't no easy shit.
Yeah.
You gotta go actually and ball, man.
Yeah, there's only
no easy
top level teams out there.
That's a fact.
So this is gonna be good.
Yo, man, shout out to the boys, man. The Rangers and the Islanders.
Islanders up 3-0. I don't understand.
From New York, man.
When the playoff starts, I'll be into it. I like NHL playoffs. Regular season a little too much for me, but playoffs, yeah, I'm checking it for sure. I follow the playoffs. I bet on the NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. I can't wait for the NBA playoffs, actually.
Since I don't really rock with hockey like that,
I'm gonna put the Suns Grizzlies game on.
No, hold on, I'm about to say something. Since I don't really rock with hockey like that, but the way I am as a New York person, I'm very biased when it comes to New York.
Yeah, of course.
I'm rocking with the Rangers and Islanders.
Yep.
Yo, super duper like hockey fans that got all New York. I'm sorry, but I gotta rock with both.
That's good. They're like that.
Now, even baseball wise,
Yankees
I love the Yankees. You know what I'm saying?
With the Mets.
They're historic, but I love my niggas in Queens, man. The Mets.
Mets are good.
You feel me? Yeah.
I like the Mets. I'm not a Met fan. I'm actually a Braves fan. I grew up kind of a Yankees fan. I'm a Braves fan. But I like DeGrom. The Mets are all right.
Mm-hmm.
I really like DeGrom. I'm a big DeGrom fan. The pitcher for the Mets.
This is a good game. 64-64.
Yeah, Phoenix and Memphis, 64-64.
Yes, sir.
Chris Paul, front court. Kick out Mikal Bridges, who I love as a player. Mikal Bridges from Villanova, speaking of the devil. Yeah, he's from Villanova.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Kerry Kittles so much. Both from Villanova. Out there, NBA peoples, does not Mikal Bridges of Phoenix remind you of Kerry Kittles, former NBA guard? Mikal Bridges, Kerry Kittles, very similar. Both played at Villanova, by the way, which is interesting. Jay Crowder for 3, no good. Ooh, Devin Booker. Yeah, we were talking about Devin Booker yesterday. I got him top 5 in the MVP race now.
Devin Booker, that boy.
Yeah.
Devin Booker, that boy.
He stepped his game up. Dylan Brooks is a tough customer. I fucks with Dylan Brooks on Memphis.
He gritty.
What do y'all think of the fact that Memphis is 18-2 or 19-2 without John Morant this year? That's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
They really have a good team. This guy, coach, GM, whatever they did real quick, Jaren Jackson, they hit on some draft picks. They, not only did they hit on Ja, who I had as the number 1 guy overall in that draft, not Zion, by the way, if you look at my big board. Yeah, I do a big board too. Basketball, football on Facebook.
Okay.
Dude, my big boards, you've seen it. I do like my NBA top 50.
Tell them your Facebook.
NFL, Adam Neal. My top 100. I always do my top 100 NFL prospects in the draft. Same thing, NBA draft. The year that Ja came out was the same year as Zion Williamson. Everyone had Zion Williamson number 1 overall. Everyone. I had Ja on my board. And it was because I just knew he was special. I figured, this guy might be better than Zion. He'll have the ball more. I might take him number 1. And that's why I had Ja 1, Zion 2. I got a lot of grief for it.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, I'm looking good. As
it
usual.
worked out. It worked out.
For me, I'm good with that, with the draft shit.
And for you folks that pick Zion,
everybody did. I can't even say nothing because everyone did. Zion looked like a freak. He had a mad hype from high school, mad hype. Then he went to Duke and had a really good season. But then certain things foreshadowed, like he had a little injury.
Yeah, but the thing with me is like I really didn't see no game past you could be it could be a monster like on the inside and off the fast break because you got speed for your size, but can you shoot? Like, can you know what I'm saying? Like, can we depend on you? Like,
he was 60% at Duke from the field.
Okay.
He was an interesting, nice little. There's a reason why he went number 1. He's freakish athleticism for his size. Freakish. The thing is, he hasn't played all season. We were talking about that yesterday. All season. What's up with that?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He's been eating gumbo.
Just like Ben Simmons. Oh, I don't even talk about him. He's annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm surprised about, though? Another thing, I'm a Nuggets. I rock with the Nuggets. I'm a Nuggets guy. Jamal Murray, I know he got hurt last year in April, I believe. Yeah, because the season timing was a little off. So it was April.
Yeah.
So it's almost 12 months on an ACL. Usually guys get back around that time sooner now. So Jamal Murray, is he going to miss 2 straight? Because he missed the postseason last year because he got hurt at the end of the regular season. Is he gonna? He missed the playoffs last year. He's gonna miss the playoffs again this year. 2 playoffs in a row. I don't know on the ACL. I'm saying Jamal Murray. Where you at, bro? I seen these football dudes. They came back from an ACL in like 6 months, 5 months.
I think it all depends on like training, like in the training staff inside of your facility.
I'm sure the Nuggets got state of the art. I think Murray's just in his own head a little bit. He's been like, I'm not ready, blah, blah, blah. People see him dunking. He's been dunking.
I think it's Miami that they said that has just like the best, probably like state-of-the-art facility as far as doctors.
The Nets do. The Nets.
Oh, the Nets too, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That's how the Nets came up a little bit. That's how they got, the GM.
Yeah.
Sean Marks brought that in.
Right.
They built that new facility in Brooklyn over on but they had the training staff. The Nets invested in like a big time training staff when he came. Yeah, get him here. I'm good for now, actually. Orange, come here, baby. Come here. Come here, boobies. Come here, boobies. Come here. Come here, Poopa. Come here, Poopies. Come here. Come here. Come here, Bubba. Look at these guys. Handsome, come here, Papa. What are you doing?
You need to fall back.
No, he's good. Hold on.
Fall back.
Leave him. Come here. Come. Over here. Come here.
Here's what we gotta do.
Come here, Papa. Come here. Here you go, Papa. Oh yeah, we're still alive over here. So yeah, Final Four should be good tomorrow. Either team could win. I think Duke could win. I mean, obviously Duke could win. I like Banchero a lot on Duke. I think he's the best player in college. I think he's the number 1 He's number 1 on my board, Benchero. He's been all year from Duke.
Benchero.
Paulo Benchero from Brazil. He's a Brazilian guy, cat. He's good. I have him number 1 over. And then they got guys. They got Griffin.
Yeah.
And the other cat, Wendell Moore, some other guy they got coming out maybe. I don't know. Duke's always got a couple guys. I got a guy. Duke, I got a guy. I got another guy. But Duke's got some blue chip guys. It's going to be a good game. Duke might even be a little deeper than North Carolina. But the thing with North Carolina, they're starting 5. They just gel right. They're just something good about them. They're veterans too.
That's crazy. He didn't get that foul in that play.
JaVale. Memphis, this is the thing about Memphis I've noticed this year.
Gritty.
What their real strength is, the gritty. Like normal grindhouse, gritty Memphis grindhouse.
They're like real dogs too.
Yeah,
like,
they're all
the
physical.
personality.
You see how they're big guys.
Yeah.
You notice they got thick guys on the team.
Yeah.
Desmond Bain, Dylan Brooks.
Oh,
Brandon
you know what's
Clark.
crazy? Your boy, he was in that press conference when they played the Warriors.
Ooh,
and they
JaVale.
asked him like about like Iguodala or some shit like that.
Who?
He Brooks or some shit like that.
Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, he said some shit like to the extent like that's good that he went over there because we didn't want him.
Oh,
some shit.
yeah, I remember
like
that. Yeah.
I think I could play this.
Yeah. He, I do remember something like that when we play that. Dylan Brooks is my guy.
Developed a lot, and we all had the vision, and he didn't.
He looks like Darren
Which is
Williams.
perfect, send him back to the Warriors and let him, do his thing over there.
He a
developed a
gangster,
lot.
this dude.
Yeah.
We all had the vision, and he didn't, which is perfect. Send him back to the Warriors and let him, do his thing over there.
Yeah. He's
Yo.
talking greasy.
Dylan Brooks, look at this
talking
guy.
greasy. Boy. So yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a goon.
They
No
goon
wonder
team.
why they're doing so good this year.
Right.
Look at him. He's balling. Look at that pay. Dylan Brooks might be the best player on their team. I think.
Alright, you bugging out. But
No, I'm
he's
not.
great.
I'm not. John Morant's a little overrated, bro. I'm telling you that right
Nah,
now.
you
Yes,
can't
he
say
is.
so.
I can say he's overrated. I definitely
Last
can.
year you could have said that.
This
but
year,
nah,
dude,
he's
they're
proven.
19-2 without him, though. Their record's okay
Maybe they're
with
just
him.
a good team, bro.
Yeah, but they're better without him.
Nah, you can't say they're better.
They are though. They're 19-2 going
He's
into
an
this
asset
game.
to that team.
He is, but he's a little overrated. He might not be the best player on the team. I'm telling you. And that's not a knock. That doesn't mean he's a bum.
No.
He just might not be the best player on that team. I think it might be Dylan Brooks. Or Desmond Bain.
Good shot.
Jaren Jackson. They got guys on that team too. Josh shoots, he takes a lot of shots. He's flashy. He's so athletic he can get to wherever he wants to go,
Yeah.
Super talented. But he's not, they're trying to make it like he's carrying the Memphis. He's not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He doesn't carry Memphis, John Morant. Puts up stats, they have a good team.
I don't think he carries Memphis. Like,
Especially
all
when
around, especially now, like, later down in the season, they've been proving all around they're a great team.
Yeah, Brooks and Bain and Jaren Jackson, they got some guys over there. They got what's his name? DeAnthony Melton off the bench, pretty good.
Brooks is so good, man.
Yeah.
Any shit you could do.
Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks is a nice matchup out here. I'm not feeling all this, all these replays though in the NBA now. They
Right.
replay, they get the replay.
That's the NBA. And these media spots just be like, they just be sucking, man. I'm surprised they don't just talk about the Lakers for no reason right now for like 3 seconds.
He said, "You're better than that." Devin Booker just said, "You're better than that." You better than that, though. He's talking shit to him. Devin Booker
That's
talking
funny.
crazy. He's like, you better than that, though, to the ref. Look at JaVale. Offensive rebound, no good. Memphis is a young squad. They got a whole bunch of guys out there. I don't even know some of these dudes on Memphis. Is that DeAnthony Melton hitting the three? They got Tyus Jones, too. He's a good player on this team, too. Ex-Duke point guard. Good layup by Cam Payne. Cameron Payne balling for Phoenix, by the way. Those guys ball for Phoenix. Cameron Payne, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges. Those three guys, people sleep on them on Phoenix. Those guys get busy. Dylan Brooks, though. Dylan Brooks, unstoppable out here. How many does he have tonight? Dylan Brooks, Booker pull up, no good. Rebound Memphis. Memphis up 2 late third. This is a good game. DeAnthony Melton from way out, no good. Rebound JaVale to Cam Payne. It's Cam Payne, JaVale, Booker, Cam Johnson, and Landry Shamet for Phoenix on the court. Memphis got Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark, DeAnthony Melton, and 2 guys I don't know who they are. These 2 white dudes. I don't even know who these guys are. When you're, I don't know who these guys are. Actually, I really don't.
It's a really close game, though. It was really tight. They played
80-80. Dylan Brooks driving down the lane. Foul. He got away with it. That was a rough drive. It was a travel. Devin Booker's telling him, you're better. Devin Booker's telling him again, you're better than that. You're better than that. It's the same ref. I don't know about that being a foul. Dylan Brooks kind of created all that contact against Booker. They called it. I like what Booker's showing me, though. Booker's playing defense like crazy this season.
Yeah.
He's become a more overall player, Booker.
It's a good game.
82-80 Memphis. Memphis shot the shit out of everybody this year. Nobody thought Memphis would be the top 4 in the West.
Word. That's a fact.
Shamet
Good
for 3.
shot.
Knocks it down, Landry Shamet.
Damn.
They got him from the Nets last year. He's been on a few teams. He's a pretty good player, Landry Shamet. He's a nice little bench guard that could get buckets. He creates some offense. He can hit some threes. He can drive it here and there. He's quick. He gets around screens. He can handle the ball a little bit. He's a nice little player, Shamet. He was pretty good on the Nets. He was on Philly already. I think the Clippers. He's been on a few teams at a Marquette. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo. They still have him off the bench. Drives. Turns it over. Cam Payne. Over to Booker. Foul in the backcourt. Look, Memphis got all strong dudes. You see that?
Yeah.
They got solid dudes that are
polished
physical.
dudes.
They're physical. Memphis is a physical team. They might be the most physical team I've seen all year. They're the most physical team, I think, Memphis, in the NBA.
Facts.
If you watch them, they're a very physical team, Memphis. You see how they collapse on D?
Good D. 83-82. Phoenix is up. It's a close game.
Devin Booker's having a nice conversation with that ref.
Right.
We've been talking to him for a few minutes already. Nice left hand. Who is that? Bridges. Bridges is the truth. Bridges and Booker as your 2 and your 3 is nice. Mikal Bridges is nice. Him and Booker, wow.
Right, yeah.
Then you got Paul the
They're the
one.
future of that team.
You got Payne. You even got Cam Johnson off the bench, another young gun forward. You got DeAndre Ayton. So the Phoenix team's really young besides Chris Paul. And Jay Crowder.
But you need a
And
vet
the
like
vet,
that.
and the vet Jay Crowder they have too.
Right.
He's an important guy in their team too.
Yeah?
What?
Jay Crowder's underrated. He serves a lot of roles for your team. He's an enforcer. He's an agitator.
Yeah.
He's a 3-and-D guy.
He's an agitator.
He is. He's a some good passer.
Yeah.
He's He's tough. He knows what he's doing. He understands winning. He's about winning. Jay Crowder. That's why I like him.
True that.
He's one of the Marquette boys. One of them tough Marquette players. Jay Crowder.
You don't got
Jimmy
no more butter,
Butler.
right?
What?
You don't got no more butter on you?
Nah, this is all I got. You have any?
Nah. I rolled a lot of shit I had.
I gotta go tomorrow to Kings Highway get some bud. Here. You want to smoke a bowl? Why not?
I don't know, shit fucking my throat.
But the paper doesn't? Yeah. You want to do something with that?
Oh yeah.
You could do that? So, baseball's starting in a week.
Right.
6 days. I was looking at the NCAA college football. They got the transfer portal now. So now it's like the players can kind of just transfer all over every year they just transfer here, transfer there. There used to be more rules to it. But now this transfer portal, guys are just transferring whenever. It's crazy.
Just do what the fuck they want.
So I was looking at all these quarterbacks that changed schools. I was like, damn, you never seen that in college football. Like, man, a ton of quarterbacks just like a merry-go-round. They all just went to different schools. It's like, it's really crazy. Like you'll see in college football, you see a couple a year,
right.
Maybe like 2 or 3 grad transfers or a transfer or something. But this year, shit.
So what's good, guys? Comment down below, subscribe, like, tell me your opinions and hot takes.
So like, as I was saying with the transfer portal, like USC's quarterback is at Pitt, Slovis. Dylan Gabriel went from UCF to Oklahoma. This guy Ewers went from Ohio State to Texas. Max Johnson went from LSU to Texas A&M. The quarterback from Texas A&M went to Auburn. Bo Nix went from Auburn to Oregon. Jaden DeLoria went from Washington State to Arizona. Jaden Daniels went from Arizona State to LSU. And I'm not even done yet. It's crazy. It looks like, what's his name? JT Daniels is going from Georgia to West Virginia. It's absurd, honestly. Somebody went to Washington. Oh yeah, Michael Penix went from Indiana to Washington. Jackson Dart went from USC to Ole Miss. Adrian Martinez went from Nebraska to Kansas State. Just madness. Yeah, you never see anything like that in college football. So many transfers, like absurd. Even that's just the quarterback position. Somebody went from Florida State to Nebraska. Quarterback Purdy, the younger brother of Brock Purdy. There's a lot. College football, the transfer portal, the dreaded transfer portal. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Spencer Rattler went from Oklahoma to South Carolina. We knew that though. No, but we didn't know that. But yeah, that's too. Like Caleb Williams went from Oklahoma to USC. I mean, it's insane. That whole thing just like, it's unbelievable how guys just bouncing, moving around like that.
How we looking? 85, 86. Phoenix got 85. Memphis got 86.
I see campaigns getting a lot of minutes. They're definitely preserving Chris Paul for the playoffs. He's probably going to be playing like 15 minutes a game until the playoffs.
Which is smart.
Yeah, very smart.
Because they're in a good place.
Yeah, they're in first place. They got number one seed in the playoffs, so the whole playoffs. They'll have home court. So they have nothing to play for. And they're still out there playing hard.
Yeah, well deserved. And shit like that shows.
Yeah.
Why, if a team like that was just to say to make it to the finals and win a championship, shit like that shows why they deserve it. Because you got even their main player like Brooks is still out here going crazy. Devin Booker is still out here going crazy.
Uh-huh.
Bridges, all of them, is still out here really balling. Like it's like they're not in first place.
Yeah, it's true.
They really got that spirit. They got that champion mentality.
They do.
That's something that's needed.
They're in like a zone. They're like,
right.
You know what I mean? Ooh, look at that. They could definitely call something on that. Offensive foul, Landry Shamet. I don't know why he's complaining. These NBA players complain about calls too much. Like, some of the stuff they do is like just obvious, but they're complaining to the refs. Like I don't get. They're annoying with that sometimes. Like they complain about every call. NBA players like dude. Some of it's like a straight up easy call, bro. Like, yeah, you fouled him. Yeah, you walked. Yeah, you whatever. Kobe Bryant was heavy with that ref shit. he was the first guy I seen doing a lot of that. And they said Jordan, but Jordan not really. Not like Kobe. Kobe took it to another level. And then LeBron. And then, from there. Nope. JaVale McGee playing good for Phoenix. That was another guy they picked up. Cam Johnson, he could have threw the alley-oop. He got that shit blocked by DeAnthony Melton. Memphis is goony. Who's this cat? Woo. Oh, shit.
Good move.
Who is that?
Yo, my boy Ja be really out here bugging though, like. But you know what's crazy is like he's one of those players that like even if you see him like slipping or having fun or some shit like that, he like his training and his conditioning is crazy. Even from when he was young, like his dad was like super dedicated and super on him, like, and his sister too. Like his sister like plays like him, and she's dumb nice too. And like the reason he is the way he is, like super athletic and like he's defensive minded and shit like that, is because his pops. Like his pops was like building him up since he was like 7 years old. Like and he's like built shit in their backyard, and he was playing in concrete like purposely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even like when he was in college and shit like that, like he preferred, you know what I'm saying? Like when he wasn't like in school or part of the season to like train there. Like in a concrete and shit like that.
Concrete jungle?
Yeah, concrete and shit like that. And like you could tell like he takes bumps, you understand? Like he jumps a certain way. He knows how to land. He sticks to that old school butterfly defense, you know? Like so.
Yeah, no, he's a super athletic cat. He can get to spots. His shooting got better this year. He's on his way.
Yeah.
But
His IQ is crazy because like his passes too is so like underrated. Like his pass game, like he has a crazy pass game.
Memphis is really good.
Yeah, Memphis, don't sleep. Like I really got my money on Phoenix, but I love Memphis.
I think Memphis is gonna bust Phoenix ass.
Yeah.
Honestly, healthy. How about that? They're too physical.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat that?
Memphis is gonna bust Phoenix's ass in the playoffs if they go ahead.
Hot take.
Too physical. DeAndre Ayton will get eaten up by these goons on Memphis. Steven Adams and Brandon Clark, Jaren Jackson, they'll eat Ayton up. And JaVale, trust me. The key matchup's gonna be Ja versus Chris Paul. Can Ja just be athletic and in the game and bother Chris Paul? He doesn't need to play better than Chris Paul. He just needs to be something of his ilk.
But the thing about Chris in a situation like that, which I know he's kind of like in the up. Because as great as he is, he's still not, he still doesn't have those years when you're just playing in the game and you understand the game, you understand the temperature of being in those playoff situations.
No, he's not.
You
He doesn't have
understand?
that. He doesn't have
Chris
that.
Paul is going to take super advantage of Jamal Murray
You're right.
mentally.
You're right.
Like as great as Ja
You're
is right
You're
now,
right. Yeah, no,
and
he's
like
not
the
that
speed
great.
and all that shit. Yes, it's gonna like basketball wise, maybe.
But I like
he's
the
gonna
risk.
get over him, but mentally, Chris Paul is gonna win that battle, and that's gonna make him better than him.
He'll be better than Ja. He is better than Ja. That's not the point. I think
Yeah,
Memphis' team, besides those guys, is better than Phoenix's. How about that? You gonna give me Booker, Ayton, Bridges, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson? Am I gonna take those guys and DeAndre Ayton? Or I think I said him already. Or am I gonna take Jaren Jackson,
Bridges,
Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain? I might take them. Brandon Clark, Steven Adams, and they got one other guy who DeAnthony Melton. I might take the Memphis. If you take Chris Paul and Ja off, and you just look the rest of each team, I like Memphis' team maybe better than Phoenix.
All right, put it like this.
Jaren Jackson.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but the only reason I'm not gonna agree with you 100% because the belief that you got in Memphis, I'm gonna have that same exact belief in them next year.
No,
But the only
you're
reason
right.
I
think you're
don't
right,
wanna
though. I
give
don't think
them-
Memphis.
The only reason I don't want to give them that all the way,
I don't want to give
because
them it either.
the Suns is coming back.
Yeah, I
with
agree with you.
vengeance.
I agree with you. I agree.
You know what I'm
with you.
saying?
I think I just said that kind of popped out of my head
Like-
a little bit.
Like even if they go to the finals with the Suns, right? This is gonna be so good for them because they're gonna come back next year and they're already gonna know what it feels like.
I don't think Memphis is going to the finals. Don't even put me on the last side. I don't think that. I think they actually might lose in the second round.
So
But they're just a very physical team. They're starting to notice them a little. I'm starting to they're starting to catch my eye a little bit.
yeah,
Dylan Brooks wasn't playing. He's playing now. This Desmond Bain, some player. He's not even playing tonight. They got all types of young guys. Look at all these young guys they got. That are good, man. God damn, their GM did a hell of a job, Memphis, putting a team together. They got these two European cats. Memphis is nice. I'm watching them right now like, what? Look at this. Look at that, son. Look at Memphis blowing them out now. Bro, Memphis don't lose. That's right. They got Xavier Tillman.
rolling.
They don't even have Jaren Jackson not playing tonight either.
Word, that's a fact.
And Desmond Bain. And these other guys are balling. They got a good culture out there for Memphis. I'm telling you, bro, this team is dangerous, this Memphis
Next
team.
year,
Next year,
Memphis
yeah.
is gonna be top
You
of the
better
line.
beat Memphis this year.
Top of the line.
I'm going to say this. You better beat Memphis this year. Next year, they're going to be really hard to beat if they got the same team.
Yeah. And they should have the same team, because if they trade for anybody, they just gotta trade for somebody that's just I don't know, like a scorer, like a shooting guard or some type of shit like that. Because they got Adams that they should keep, Jackson,
They're going to keep.
Ja.
Jamal Murray, they're going to keep. Dylan Brooks, they want to keep.
So
Desmond Bain, they want to keep.
exactly.
Brandon Clark, you probably want to keep.
So what else do you really need besides like a 2 or a 3? You know?
They don't really need any. From what I'm looking at this roster, I don't know what they need. They don't need much of anything. They got DeAnthony Melton's playing good for them. They got these young guys I'm looking at. They all look pretty good. They got another guy too, another young shit. I don't know, but they got players on Memphis. Players out here. Tyus Jones, another good player.
Right.
They'll keep most of these guys. This is a young team. They drafted most of these guys, Memphis, that they have.
They should keep him.
They've been making DL good moves the last few years.
So the score is 98-87.
Yeah, Memphis up 11.
Memphis is up 6 minutes.
And you want to know something? I didn't like the Steven Adams trade when they traded Valanciunas and whatever they traded for Steven Adams.
What?
I did know. I like Jonas Valanciunas is nice. Like he played good. They went to the playoffs last year more because of him. He was good. He's good. It's because Steven Adams don't score like him, but Steven Adams had a different type of impact on his team. Even though Valanciunas does a lot of what Adams does.
Because, like, they have scores, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, I didn't know Desmond Bane was that lethal. They got Brooks, Josh,
Steve is, like Steve is special for that team because he's amazing in the locker room. He's great at his position. You know? Like, and his IQ is crazy. So...
You know what? The Pelicans next are playing the Lakers. And the Pelicans can really hurt the Lakers, beating them tonight.
Yeah.
I really want. And Valanciunas is on the Pelicans. They're starting to play better too, even without Zion. They've been playing pretty well. The Pelicans. They're in the 9th spot in the West.
That's a fact.
The Lakers are in 10. Lakers could be in 11 by the end of the night if they lose. Memphis got. Okay, Conchar, Aldama, and Zaire Williams, the rookie. That's Zaire Williams, number 8. Ooh, that's pretty good. Who's this guy? Conchar? Smaller. This guy. Aldama, Conchar, wow. Zaire Williams. Grizzlies, he's a rookie. He's a nice little bench player. He's a big guard. He's like 6'8", 6'7", he's tall. Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is the man, bro. You seen that?
Yeah.
This is my guy. Look at Bridges. That's Kerry Kittles. I'm telling you, Mikal Bridges plays just like Kerry Kittles, bro. Great transition. Out in the fast break. I like this Phoenix team. You know who they remind me of? The early 2000s Nets a little bit. To Jason Kidd Nets. They play like that.
Kenny Martin.
Yeah. Richard Jefferson. Kerry Kittles. Yeah. You know, those teams. They play like them. Kidd, small point guard, fast break, move the ball around. Same thing. Makes everyone better. Kidd and Paul of the same ilk. And he came to this team the way Kidd came to the Nets. All of a sudden, Kidd came to a young Nets team, made them better. Paul came to a young Suns team, made them better. Same thing. All young guys around him. When Kidd came to the Nets, he had young Kittles, Kenyon Martin, Keith Van Horn, Richard Jefferson, right? Same type of shit.
True.
And he made all those guys instantly better. Instantly. That's why people did Marbury. A point guard like Jason Kidd is so much better than Marbury. I was so hyped when they got Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd plays everybody. He gets everyone involved. He's a pass first. I'm still into like pass first, the great passing point guards. I think that's a big thing. I think there's a lost art in that. Now, all these point guards like to score and shit. Now, it's a little too much. I don't like my point guard getting like 23 a game. I'd rather my point guard get 15 to 17 like Paul. I think it's perfect. And sometimes get 25 when you need to. But I don't like these point guards that average 25 points a game. That means you're shooting too much. Ooh! Look at John Jaren Jackson on the bench. So I'm like, yo, this dude's getting busy though.
Yeah, he's nice.
They're playing against Phoenix's starters. Ayton, Bridges, Crowder, Chris Paul. Suns got their starters out there getting their ass bust. Watch your man. You see that, son? Watch your man right here.
That was fire. That was fire.
Look at John Jaren Jackson was going bananas when they seen that.
That was crazy.
That was lit. I'm telling you, Memphis, bro. This team is impressive, bro. This Memphis Grizzlies team. This whole team, they got a nice thing going on here. They're going to be tough in the playoffs. Look at Kyle Anderson thugging out. Offensive foul. Kyle Anderson. I met him he was on 47th Street. I ran into him in 20 West.
Who?
Kyle Anderson. I said, what's up to him? This guy right here. Yeah, he used to play for the Spurs. He plays for the Grizzlies. He played for UCLA. I like UCLA basketball. I'm a UCLA fan. Kinda. I like them. In college basketball. And in football. I like UCLA. Kyle Anderson played there. So I seen him in the airline. I nodded to him, like, what's up? I saw James Harden in the same building, 20 West, a few months ago. Harden was with a bunch of goons. It was in the summertime, actually, like July. Who's on the live? Tristan's out there. So Tristan is looking like Memphis. Cat from around the way. Tristan is looking like Memphis is going to be the 2 seed. So we're not going to get that Memphis, Dallas or Denver first round matchup. So that's not going to happen. It looks like it's going to be Memphis against Minnesota in the first round. It's a likely matchup. Or the Clippers. Or still possibly Utah or Denver, but not likely. They won't fall to 7. Denver in 5th now. Denver's trying to get to 4th. Dallas is in 3rd. 3rd and 4th with Golden State. Tied with Golden State. Dallas. Golden State's been, since Steph Curry went out, they've been losing. They've been slipping in standings. They went from 2nd to 3rd, tied for 3rd. They might be in 4th soon. They're in danger of falling to 5th. Golden State.
But they should be good by the time playoffs come around.
I'm saying Steph will be back, but they have had a lot of guys out, and Steph will just come back for the playoffs, and they would fall. They're not going to be the 2 seed. They fell to at least the 3. They might fall to the 4 or the 5. That's what I'm saying. They'll have a tougher first round match. They might end up in a series with Denver in the first round, which I kind of don't want to see for Denver's fall. I'd rather them play. I guess Dallas. I thought it was going to be Utah or Memphis, but it's looking like it's going to be Dallas or Golden State, I think, for the Nuggets, which I kind of don't like at all, either of those matchups in the first round. We'll see what happens, though. Utah fucking went from 3rd to 6th. Look at Dylan Brooks. Feasting and beasting. I'm not a big DeAndre Ayton fan for the Suns. He's okay.
Yeah, he's alright.
I thought his value was at its highest last year after the season he had last year. I wanted him to trade. I was cooking up a trade. I was telling Phoenix, y'all got to trade Ayton in a package with Bridges and Ayton for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Last year, at the end of the season, the off season, but not now. You can't do it. Karl Anthony Towns is having a boost up year. After last year was injured, they sucked. The year before that, he had injuries. He was kind of last 2 years out a lot. But this year, he's healthy and the Wolves are winning, and his value's up. But I knew that was coming. I was looking at it like Phoenix needs Towns. They got to get Towns, and they can win. But they can win with this team.
Yeah, they got a strong team.
They do.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to come out of the West, though. I just have this feeling, I'm telling you, I do not like Phoenix in the West. I just don't. I think the West is wide open. I think Memphis is a player, obviously. Golden State is a player in the West. I don't want to hear anything about anything. Steph's coming back. Golden State is a definite player in the West.
Phoenix. Memphis.
And Dallas is a player.
Dallas. Facts.
I feel like Dallas is they're gonna have a tough first round matchup, but I feel like Dallas is dangerous. I feel like Dallas can get to the West Final, and you got Denver, who I would not sleep on.
Facts.
The West is tough, bro.
Yeah.
The East is tough too. You got the Nets, you got the Heat, you got the Sixers, the Bucks, and Boston. Right?
Talk to us. We live. By the way, that's that
Even,
co-production, just in case you was wondering.
Even the Bulls.
Yeah, man, we live.
The Bulls Nation.
Yeah, the East is looking crazy too. You got the Celtics, you got the Bulls. It's tough. It's tough in the East. .101 to 109. Paul trying to get some started. See, Paul know what to do at times like this. When the game is on the line, when they trying to cut back. Tough situations, Chris Paul. That's what he need.
There's a lot of decent fights coming up too. Just to get into the boxing. We're talking about Shakur and Valdez. Gervonta Davis is fighting Rolly Romero, which is kind of an interesting fight.
Right.
I believe Devin Haney and George Kambosos signed the contract. You're also going to have Anthony Joshua versus Usyk in June. Haney versus Kambosos in June. Boxing is heavy this spring. I believe Beterbiev and Joe Smith. Also, June or July.
Triple G.
And Murata this Saturday morning.
G.
That's a tough.
And Triple G like 40 so.
He's just turned 40. Like the other day.
They went for Triple G. Gangster.
A lot of people hate on Triple G. I'm in boxing groups on Facebook and all these like boxing fans.
Totally.
They hate on Triple G. I don't understand. So many people hate on Triple G. And I'll tell you what. A lot of it's that LDBC boxing mentality of those type of fans. So they're just going to hate on Triple G because he's a European.
Right.
But Triple G won 15 fights in a row as a middleweight champion. Was undefeated up into the Canelo fight. Guys ducked him. Guys ducked him for real.
Right.
Sturm. Oh, it's garbage. Sturm ducked him. Cotto ducked him when he won the middleweight strap. Canelo waited him out a little bit. Beat Danny Jacobs. He was supposed to fight Dmitry Pirog. People forget that. And Pirog hurt his back. That was going to be a big unification. People forget, they don't talk about Triple G's resume.
Yeah.
The Pirog fight never happened. Pirog fucked his back up. That was supposed to be a showdown.
See, but Triple G, you can never talk about his resume.
And he beat Canelo in the first
G.
fight. I don't care what nobody says.
Triple G got fights.
He does. And they try to say he doesn't, though.
Triple G got fights.
Triple G got 2 fights versus Canelo. He got Danny Jacobs fight. Derevyanchenko's a good fighter.
And on top of that, he has fights. He has like a lot of fights.
Yeah, a lot of knockouts.
Yeah.
You know? Triple G's a good one. Murata's a good fight for him. This is a tough fight. People can't sleep on this. This is unification. Super WBA, IBF. It's a good fight for Triple G fighting Murata. All these dudes talking shit, these Andre and Charlo fans, these idiots. But Triple G is unifying with Murata. That's why, and I don't understand the mentality. They don't not even talking about, won't even mention it. Because they know that Andre and Charlo won't unify with each other. Andre and Charlo are the two biggest suckers in boxing. And I like Andre. I happen to like Andre. I like Andre, but he's a sucker, man.
Say that one more time.
Andre and Charlo are the two biggest suckers in boxing. Period. They are.
Hot take.
How long they been in the same division? They
Talk
can't even
about it.
They can't even unify. Y'all both been champions in the division for at least 3 years. At least 3 years, and you can't unify. And you just keep calling out Canelo.
Talk about it.
Why you keep talking about Canelo, but you haven't unified against each other, and you both have garbage resumes. So what's going on here? Both garbage resumes, both fought nobodies at middleweight, and you're still talking about Canelo. He's fighting already super middleweight and light heavyweights, and y'all talking about Canelo's ducking me. Get out of here with that shit. Canelo's not ducking you, man. Especially Charlo. He sent him a contract and all that. Charlo's a clown. His fans are a clown, and he went on the Mike Tyson podcast and showed himself to be a clown. On that podcast. It's corny. And Andre just plays games, and I like Andre.
So the big question is, why are they not really fighting?
I don't know. I'll tell you why. Well, they'll talk about the whole PBC and Al Heyman, but Eddie Hearn is Andre's manager. Eddie Hearn don't have beef with Al Heyman like Bob Arum does. Yeah. He's not with Top Rank, so the whole Eddie Hearn versus PBC, they can't make a fight is bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. It's not like it's Top Rank PBC. It's Eddie Hearn. So, what is the deal? Charlo and Andre. I think it's Charlo too.
Who's the dude that runs DAZN?
It's Eddie. Well, you think it's Eddie Hearn. He's the British guy.
Right? Yeah, right.
But he don't run it. DAZN's a platform. He uses it. He promotes on it. Him and De La Hoya's fighters fight on DAZN.
Gotcha.
So it's always going to be an Eddie Hearn card on DAZN, or a matchroom card, or a Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy.
Yeah.
On DAZN. But yeah, Andre and Charlo is they're retarded. I don't even want to hear either one of them talk about Triple G or their fans or Canelo.
Yo,
stop. Triple G's fighting Murata. He's unifying. I did hear that maybe Andre moved up. He might have dropped his belt and moved up, but that was a stink move too, because he's ducking Alim Kanunli, some Georgian dude who looks really good, and he's like a really strong, one of those strong Eastern European dudes. He's the mandatory, and Andre dropped the strap and moved up to 68. He don't want to fight Alim Kanunli. That's why he did that. Andre's a sucker too, doing that, and they both of them ducked Jaime Munguia, who's been mandatory for both of them for a while, and they both duck Munguia. Munguia's fighting Danny Jacobs at 160 at a catchweight next. He should have been fighting Andre or Charlo. That's how whack. Okay, let me keep going because this is all facts. Jaime Munguia is fighting Danny Jacobs next at a catchweight. He was the number one in the WBO rankings and the WBC rankings, which Andre and Charlo held the belts for. He was number one contender in those rankings for like a year, and neither one of them fought him. Andre actually ducked him for Liam Williams, and I don't care what nobody said, that's what happened. And then Charlo, he's still not fighting him for some reason. And Munguia's number one in the WBC rankings for months, and Charlo's not fighting him. He's going to fight Danny J. Can't even get a fight with Charlo. The PBC fighters too, they get by the WBC allowed to just duck and hijack the belts and shit. Gary Russell Jr. at featherweight, Charlo at middleweight, Spence with his injuries and his bullshit at welterweight, Wilder did it at heavyweight. How do WBC just let PBC do whatever with their belts? Their fighters don't even defend their belts.
Bro, fighters is not the same.
Yo, these boxers don't even fight once a year, some of them.
But it's a fact.
Champions.
How dare them even to challenge me in these fighters, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? With their primitive boxing skills, you know what I mean? They're as good as dead.
He's been mentioned as a possible
Primitive, they have primitive warrior skills. They have they're low level warriors, these guys. These guys are trying to be like
This shit is crazy, bro.
They're too much like pretty boys. They don't even want to fight. Some of these guys just want to fight bums.
See, but we came up at a different time where these niggas was really like fucking fighting.
Nobody cared about holding the O.
Line. Yeah.
These guys are fighting bums just worried about not getting a loss.
Like your favorite boxer
Had a couple
was
losses.
gonna beat his match.
Everyone had losses.
Right.
There was no... Everybody, all the great ones had.
There was
Tyson
a
had a
few
loss.
special
Lennox
ones,
Lewis had a
yeah.
loss. Roy Jones had a loss.
Sugar Ray.
Had a loss. Hearns had a loss. Hagler had a loss.
Right.
Triple G has a loss.
Right.
Canelo has a loss. Pacquiao has a loss. Anybody you name, Cotto.
Except Floyd.
Yeah, and he really did. He lost to Castillo, bro. I feel like he lost to De La Hoya too.
On the low.
And Floyd. I don't even get into Floyd. Floyd cheated. Floyd was calling people cheated. Floyd was on some bullshit. His fans are the worst. Floyd's a great fighter, by the way. Even though I feel like he lost 1 or 2 fights, that doesn't mean he's not great.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not an unbelievable fighter. I feel like he lost 2 fights. Or at least one. They were like draws. He didn't win the Castillo fight. That's for sure. That was at best a draw for him. I think he could have lost that fight, but it should have been a draw at the most. Same thing with the De La Hoya fight. I thought he lost that fight too.
Floyd?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Watch that fight. I'm about to put that fight on. How about that? That's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna watch De La Hoya Mayweather. Watch this.
Yo.
It's better
Comment
than
down below some of your favorite fights. No, actually we should do that. What time is it? You know what? We're gonna give you like let's give you like an hour of. We can give you 3 classics.
Yeah, we could go to the zone. Maybe it's on the zone. No, I'll find out.
Let's go to the 2. Let's go to the 2. So we're gonna give y'all 3 classics. Let's do that.
We're gonna go De La Hoya Mayweather.
Right.
Then we can do Hearns Hagler.
Ooh, matter of fact, hold on. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Get back with us.